You see, America's experience of World War II was much happier than that of Eastern Europe's. Yes, we did lose many brave men, but in the end our troops came home to the same elected government, had lots of sex with their wives, and built the greatest economy the world had ever seen. But as for Eastern European countries like Hungary, the end was only the beginning. But before we get there, let's talk about how the couchsurfing website finally hooked me up with a beautiful, non-crazy drug addict Hungarian to stay with. Although I felt guilty because I may have broken one of the couchsurfing unspoken rules. I slept with my host.
What the fuck is this?
There's reasons other than nice weather as to why summer is the best time for backpackers to travel. It's because college students are off. And I mean off.
Egészségedre.
Unlike back home, it's abnormal for European college students to have a job. This is great news for me because now my host has all the time in the world to show me around this beautiful city.
College, it's free?
Yes, 6 years.
And in some European countries, students are even paid to go to university. Sometimes it sucks to be an American. Just about every European city has a free walking tour. This one took us across the famous chain bridge, which was originally destroyed by the Nazis, and up the hill to Buda Castle. From here you can see where the Danube splits Buda and Pest. It's heartbreaking to imagine how war had recently destroyed this gorgeous city. There are still remnants of the war today. A Soviet Statue of Liberty stands above Budapest, representing the defeat of the Nazis and the communist promise to have all citizens created equal. Equally poor, that is. You'll even find ugly communist architecture, or a Soviet Union-era automobile. Budapest is an all-around gorgeous city. Its architecture, its parks, and its people.
But a typical Hungarian is very pessimistic. Always complaining. Everything is bad for me. Everything is the typical Hungarian. And they don't trust in anyone. But we have good sense of humor.
Discover Hungarian cuisine by stopping into Great Market Hall or by trying their traditional beef goulash. To get a real understanding that the word salad is not in their vocabulary. Hero Square and the park behind it are a must-see, and their natural Turkish baths are a must-do.
So Hungary is lucky enough to get natural hot springs in which they make these bathhouses.
I came across two girls on a busy sidewalk drinking and smoking and decided to join them. After they told me they were celebrating because they were starting university soon, a mob of college freshmen came chanting down the street. They abducted me, annoyed everyone on the tram, and took me to their dorm party. Budapest's nightlife was the most original drinking experience, and mainly because of their ruin bars. Ruin bars were invented when someone thought about the cost efficiency of taking a dilapidated building and turning it into a bar. Each of these ruin bars are filled with dozens of rooms, creating the perfect drunken adventure. They say the further you go up the Danube, the better the standard of living gets. And according to Vienna's history, it's been like that for a long time. My host here is Tommy, a well-educated college student who agreed to be my host the weekend before school started again. Because our time was so limited, Tommy made an itinerary for us to see all of Vienna's major sites in a day. I can't think of a single American government building who lets pedestrians roam freely inside of it, but apparently, that's just how Austria rolls.
Check out this elevator.
Vienna's history portrays a classical period of wealthy monarchs, enlightenment, art, and their homeboy Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. You don't have to walk far to see costume men selling Mozart symphony or opera tickets. And if you're interested in that type of thing and don't want to spend the money, they always play the opera for free outside of the opera house during its performance. Franks, hot dogs, wieners, whatever you call them, it's a must-have when you're in the city.
I got cheese in my Frank. Shorty, what you think?
We took a break in the park and watched 15-year-old kids play drinking games as I explored the Viennese love for wieners. It's paramount that we hurry, so obviously our first step is to stop and have some Austrian wine. Our next stop is St. Stephen's Cathedral, whose history dates back to the 12th century, and finally Hofburg Palace. For centuries, this site was used as a winter home for Austrian emperors.
Asphalt.
Everywhere from bars to sidewalks to trains and buses, Vienna's exciting level of debauchery was visible. With just a day left and a hangover stuck in my head, we now head to what might be Vienna's most popular tourist destination, Schönbrunn Palace. What was once a summer home for Austrian emperors with extravagant names like Rudolf, Matthias, Ferdinand, Gonzaga, and Karl? It's now a perfect place for sightseeing, weddings, and an expensive lunch. At the cost of around $10, you can see the interior of where these emperors lived, where a young Mozart played one of his first concerts, and discover that besides not having running water and the women not shaving, life as a monarch wasn't so bad. I've known them for only a few days, but when you're so far away from home, absorbing new places, cultures, and languages, it creates a special bond with those who you shared it with. It's truly a bummer to create an unforgettable friendship with someone, only to say goodbye.